Imagine a car that glides so quietly you can hear your own heartbeat, yet with a single press of the accelerator, it can surge forward like a jet leaving the runway. That is not a dream or a concept car, it is the 2025 Tesla Model 3 Long Range, a machine that blurs the line between cutting-edge engineering and everyday usability. This isn't just another update to a popular EV. It is a statement from Tesla that they're still setting the pace for what a practical electric sedan can be. The first thing you notice isn't even when you drive it as when you see it. The Highland refresh has given the Model 3 an even more sophisticated presence. The front fascia is smoother, more aerodynamic, with cleaner lines that slice through the air more efficiently. Tesla didn't just make it look better for vanity's sake. Every curve and contour has a purpose. Those redesigned tail lights. They're not just modern, they're part of a subtle overhaul aimed at squeezing every extra mile from the battery by reducing drag, and it works. Real-world tests show this long range can now achieve up to 365 miles on a single charge, a number that isn't just for the marketing brochure, it as something drivers are actually seeing on the road. Slide inside, and you're met with a cabin that feels less like a traditional car and more like a minimalist Scandinavian lounge. The interior is stripped of clutter. There's no mess of buttons, knobs, or dials. Instead, you get smooth surfaces, premium materials, and the massive 15.4-inch central touchscreen that acts as the brain for almost everything in the car. Even the air vents are hidden behind a continuous strip across the dashboard, giving it a clean, uninterrupted flow. Tesla has doubled down on comfort too. The seats are both heated and ventilated, offering year-round comfort whether you're cruising through a summer heat wave or a winter storm. The rear seats aren't an afterthought either. They get their own 8-inch touchscreen so passengers can adjust climate, control music, or even stream content while you focus on the road. One of the most striking things about driving the Model 3 Long Range is the silence. Thanks to improved sound insulation, laminated glass, and better door seals, highway noise has been drastically reduced. You don't just hear less, you feel less vibration, less intrusion from the outside world. It's a level of refinement that brings Tesla closer to luxury sedans that cost far more. And when you do want to fill that silence, the optional 17-speaker premium audio system wraps you in crystal clear sound with deep bass and pinpoint detail that make every playlist, podcast, or phone call sound incredible. But let's talk about what happens when you press the pedal. Tesla's dual-motor all-wheel drive system is a masterclass in instant torque delivery. From a standstill, it launches to 60 miles per hour in just over 4 seconds, not blistering supercar territory, but fast enough to make your passengers gasp and quick enough to leave most cars behind at a traffic light. The acceleration is smooth and linear without gear changes or engine roar, just a clean, uninterrupted surge forward. And yet, it's not a one-trick pony built only for sprints. The Model 3 Long Range is a grand tourer at heart. It's happy to eat up miles on the highway with effortless cruising, the adaptive suspension soaking up imperfections without feeling disconnected from the road. The steering is precise, giving you confidence on winding roads, and while there's a touch more body roll compared to the sportier performance trim, it's a trade-off most drivers will gladly accept for the added comfort. Efficiency is the quiet hero here, with an average energy consumption of around 223 watt-hours per mile. The Long Range manages to stretch every kilowatt to the maximum. That means fewer charging stops on road trips and more freedom to just enjoy the journey. And when you do need to top up, Tesla's supercharger network remains one of the brand's biggest advantages. Plug into a V3 supercharger and you can add up to 175 miles of range in just 15 minutes, fast enough to grab a coffee, stretch your legs, and be back on the road. Technology, as you'd expect from Tesla, is front and center. The 2025 Model 3 long range comes with the latest hardware suite, known as HW4, which brings improved camera resolution, better low-light performance, and more processing power for autopilot and full self-driving features. The system can now handle lane changes, merges, and highway navigation with greater confidence, and emergency braking feels faster and more responsive. Even little details, like smarter cross-traffic alerts when reversing out of a parking spot, make daily driving easier and safer. And because Tesla updates its cars over the air, the Model 3 you buy today can gain new features, improved range, and better performance months or even years down the line. No dealership visits required. Now, one of the more controversial updates is the removal of traditional stalks for turn signals and gear selection. Instead, the turn signals are now on the steering wheel, and gear selection is handled on the touch screen or through swipe controls. Some drivers adapt quickly and love the futuristic feel. Others miss the tactile feedback of a physical stalk. It has a bold move that reflects Tesla's push toward cleaner design and more screen-based control, but it might not be everyone's favorite. Pricing starts at around $43,880 before incentives, which positions the long range as a compelling value in the EV market. When you consider the range, performance, comfort, and tech you're getting, not to mention the savings on fuel and maintenance, it becomes an even stronger proposition. And let's not forget resale value. Teslas tend to hold their worth better than many EVs thanks to strong brand recognition and the constant improvements delivered through software updates. Of course, no car is perfect. Some people will always prefer more traditional controls. Others might point out that Tesla's interior materials, while much improved, still don't quite match the tactile richness of the highest-end German sedans. And while reliability has improved in recent years, Tesla's early reputation for inconsistent panel gaps and minor quality control issues hasn't completely faded. But these drawbacks are small compared to the overall package the Model 3 long range delivers. Driving this car isn't just about getting from A to B, it's about experiencing what the future of motoring feels like today. It's the quiet confidence of knowing you can overtake effortlessly, the relaxation of cruising for hours without fatigue, and the satisfaction of seeing a low cost per mile every time you charge. It is also about the little joys, opening the car with your phone instead of a key, preheating or cooling the cabin from your app before you even step outside, or playing a game on the touch screen while you wait for a friend. In many ways, the 2025 Tesla Model 3 long range is the EV sweet spot. The performance model is faster but sacrifices a bit of range and comfort. The standard range is more affordable but can't quite match the freedom of those extra miles. The long range is the Goldilocks choice, fast enough to be fun, efficient enough to be practical, and refined enough to feel like a luxury car without the luxury price tag. As the sun sets on a quiet stretch of highway and the road unwinds ahead, you realize this isn't just a car, it's a statement about how far electric vehicles have come. 10 years ago, the idea of a comfortable, long-range, high-tech electric sedan at this price point would have been unthinkable. Now, it's here and it's ready to be your daily driver. So, is the 2025 Tesla Model 3 long range worth it? If you value range, comfort, cutting-edge tech, and the thrill of instant acceleration without a drop of gasoline, then yes, it's not just worth it, it's hard to beat. This is a car that can handle the school run, the cross-country road trip, and everything in between, all while costing pennies per mile to run and producing zero tailpipe emissions. The future isn't a far-off concept anymore, it's parked in your driveway, waiting silently, ready to glide you into tomorrow.